welcome back to Cinema Asylum Podcast Review Award. Today we are reviewing X-Men 97. My name is Dylan, in case you haven't been here before. My name is Dylan. I'm one of the two superhero and sci-fi experts.
I'm Matthew. I'm the other superhero and sci-fi expert.
Matthew, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. It's kind of warm in here, though.
Very. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't do well underneath this heat.
No. So I got a question about this episode.
Yeah.
Is X going to give it to you?
Shut up. Also, maybe in second season. I don't know. Shut up. Jesus.
So, yeah, we're discussing X-Men 97.
Hell yeah. Oh my god, it was good. Spoiler alert, just in case. It is past the 3 days that we normally give for spoilers for TV episodes. But just in case.
This is a spoiler-filled review.
It's a spoiler review. It's spoiler-filled review. So don't be surprised when we get to the end and, spoiler alert, we tell you Apocalypse shows up. So, having said that, 3, 2, 1, bye. What do you think? Shut up! I know you like the episodes.
Okay, I've got a hot take. I'm going to jump right into it.
What is it?
I think this was one of the best seasons of superhero TV, period. Live action or animated.
Agreed. Because you hadn't seen the classic series, right?
Right.
Okay. I have, or at least I've seen most of it. I think that I'm just missing some episodes from like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I didn't get through my rewatch before 97 started. So I kind of just jumped on to 97 afterwards. So I think that this show carried on the spirit of the classic show really well.
While maturing.
While maturing, yeah.
If you're going into this thing and it's for kids, it's not.
Yes. No. Holy crap. Chances are, if you watch 97, you probably watched the original show. And if you did that, you're definitely used to the darker themes that were present on the original. And that's still here, and even more so.
This is more in line with Infinity War than a normal cartoon.
Yes. Holy crap. First of all, I just want to get out of the way. Gambit's death. Or death,
Yeah.
quote unquote, as we found out. Gambit's death was... I didn't grow up liking Gambit a whole lot. My older brother did.
Yeah, I've never been a Gambit fan.
Gambit's like the one character that I really attribute to my older brother. Which there's plenty of characters that are like that, but it's one of the like main ones. Like I see the character, this is who I think of. So I always had that relation, and I never really personally liked him. Like I've always been a Nightcrawler fan.
Yes.
Through and through. I love Nightcrawler.
That's my boy.
Yeah, Nightcrawler and Angel both.
Yeah.
So the episode that Gambit dies is the episode that we got Nightcrawler. So I was definitely in high spirits up until that point.
I'm actually going to be doing a bonus video on this later on.
Oh, really? About Nightcrawler?
Well, about the show.
Okay.
Paul might be joining me. We're going to do like a little theological discussion about some of the stuff in the show.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to do like a little 5-minute video upload later in the week.
All right, right on. Honestly, I'll personally probably check it out. I know, for anybody that doesn't know, I normally don't listen or watch our episodes. I don't like hearing myself talk.
It's so weird to hear yourself talk.
It is. It's the same thing as I don't like hearing myself sing. It weirds me out.
I don't mind hearing myself sing. It's when it's on a recording. It's like, wait, what? I sound like that?
Yeah. It's kind of like a Twilight Zone kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's not what I hear coming out of my face.
I don't mind my screams on recording. My singing, no.
Yeah, I hate listening to myself. Just in general, I just have an issue with it. I don't. It's definitely hearing myself talk.
You're talking your own ear off.
Well, you abandoned me on the Star Wars special, and I had to listen to myself talk the entire time. Basically.
It's Star Wars. You like hearing yourself talk about Star Wars.
No, I like talking about Star Wars. I don't like hearing myself talk about Star Wars. There's a difference. I don't like speaking to an echo chamber.
It's Star Wars. You'll get over it.
Yeah, I'll get past it for once.
Yeah.
No, back to '97. I that was a massive shock. First of all, it got spoiled for me on Twitter. I normally get to episodes like a day late. So that was spoiled for me. I watched the entire clip on Twitter, and it still had that impact. I was blown away.
Episode a day late. I powered through it all in one sitting.
Okay, I powered through the last 3 episodes in one sitting. So
Rookie numbers. I did 10.
okay, and I did that with 3 Body Problem. You can shove off.
True. I thought we both did it in 2 days.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did that one in 2 days.
Yeah.
But no. It was I think it was Monarch.
Godzilla. Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for you for doing that one in one day.
Oh, dude, it was doing Monarch in one day was horrible.
Your mind was fried.
It was like you had it better watching '97 in one day.
Yes, I did.
Can I just say that?
Yes.
Oh my god! I don't want to hear you say any outrage about having to watch all '97 in one day.
I'm not outraged, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I liked Monarch, but holy crap, you didn't have 3 timelines to deal with. Oh. No, no, I had his death spoiled for me. Gambit's death.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep on track. I get way off base.
We're both going way off. It's been a while.
Yeah, my ADHD's bad. No, I had it spoiled for me, but it still hit really hard. So that lets you know how it serves. The writing on this was amazing, and like that was beautiful. The back and forth that we had between Magneto and Rogue during this, and Gambit, during the first 4 episodes, just made that death pop even more. I know that was the purpose of it, even though like they kind of had that on and off thing in the original one.
It was hard, but it wasn't the hardest death I've seen this week. The Young Sheldon finale.
Oh, when Pondy died, yeah. I never watched Young Sheldon.
Pondy.
So, yeah, he plays Bill Ponderosa in It's Always Sunny.
Oh, okay, the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'd seen a clip of like an abusive husband or stepdad or something like that showing up to like reclaim his stepdaughter, and Pondy like knocked him the hell out. And it was one of the most badass things I've ever seen a sitcom dad do. Stop!
Yeah, we're getting off track again.
Damn it!
X-Men 97.
A curiosity got me. Yeah, 97. It hit hard.
It did.
They wrote it really well. It's one of the reasons why I really want to champion DeMeo coming back. Unless certain behavior, not job profession stuff, ends up being true. I know the job profession thing's true. But there was other rumors. I'm not going to talk about them.
Right.
But that would be the only reason why I wouldn't want DeMeo to come back. But there have been rumors that he's already not returning for the 3rd season.
Which, yes, plot twist, or not plot twist, surprise. I don't know why I said plot twist. We're getting 2 more seasons at least.
Well, season 2 is supposed to release at the end of this year. I think
Yeah.
they're in the editing stage right now.
Yeah, it's in post right now.
And then they're currently writing season 3. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we get 2 seasons per year, one at the beginning of the year, one at the end of the year, I'm fine with that.
Well, they said that they want to release 1 season a year at
Okay.
least. I do think.
Well, with it being
I
10
think-
episode seasons, 2 seasons per year would be fine. Because
Yeah.
that would be the essential to an older show, 20 episodes per year.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind the fact that they're running Groot seasons, they're running What If seasons, which they want to start
Right.
doing multiple seasons of What If
Right.
a year, I think. I think they announced that before 97.
And we also got possibly Spider-Man 96
Yeah.
is a rumor. We got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Eyes of Wakanda.
Yeah, they have a lot on their plate. I'm honestly not expecting 2 seasons of anything any year.
Yeah, probably expecting 1 of each per year.
Yeah, which I'm totally fine with
Yeah.
that. That's good. I'd rather do that than go between like 2 years or go through 2 years between 2 separate seasons of a MCU show the way that we did with Loki.
Right. One more thing to get off track. Well, not off track, sort of. I just hope DC starts doing this too again, giving us more animated shows.
Yeah. Well,
If we get more like PG-13 level animated shows, 14 rated, I'd be more than okay with that.
Well, I mean, sorry guys, we'll get back on track with 97. No, my only real thoughts about that, at least during the episode, my only real thoughts about that are that I think part of it is the fact that the rebranding is going on with DC,
right.
and so I think that they're trying to test the waters with what they can and cannot do, like see what is going to exactly fit within what Gunn and Safran want to do, and what can fit within Elseworlds.
We're not going to get sidetracked anymore. We just want to say more animated shows.
Yes, please.
Animated
Holy crap!
Shows. Yeah.
Because this was amazing. 97 kicked ass.
Yes.
I was personally blown away. I didn't like. I'm not a huge fan of the original show. I still like it. I enjoy it. It's entertaining. I see what everybody loves in it. I just personally, I didn't grow up with it. I didn't discover it until my late teens.
I didn't discover it. I didn't watch any of the Marvel shows growing up. Yeah. I just watched them all now.
Well, the first instance I had of watching the original the original X-Men show was on Netflix.
Yeah.
So that tells you how late it was.
Yeah, I grew up on the DC stuff. I grew up on DC and Power Rangers. I never watched the Marvel stuff.
See, I really just grew up on Power Rangers.
Yeah. I grew up on Batman TAS, Superman TAS, Justice League, Teen Titans.
Oh, well, yeah, the
Batman Beyond.
Superman TAS, I grew up with that.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yep.
97.
Yep.
We're sorry, guys. Personally, I haven't recorded in a minute. So.
And the hot weather's kind of making us a little bit loony.
Yeah. It was really good. I really liked it. Honestly, I didn't know how they were going to go forward after Gambit's death. I knew that there was a plan. I knew that it was going to get better because you really only messaged me about the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because behind the scenes, we don't really talk about projects when we're going to review them.
Because we want to surprise each other.
Yeah, we want to surprise each other. We want to get like our honest opinions. We don't want to have some preconceived idea of what the other person's going to say. The only time that I really had any idea about what somebody was going to say to me during a review was John. And it was about our Christopher Nolan stuff and Barbie. But even then, there was enough lead up to it. So, no, 97 kicked ass. And we didn't really talk about it because of that reason. But you'd only talk to me about the first 2 episodes. And I already knew you were going to like it.
Yeah.
I just... Everything about 97 went leagues
landed
beyond.
Everywhere. Yeah. It landed every single part.
It did. I think that this is the best animated show that Marvel's put out.
Yes.
I just want to throw that one out there and let people hate me for it.
Of the ones I've seen, the only thing that might come close is Earth's Mightiest Heroes that I've seen.
Well, yeah. No, Earth's Mightiest Heroes was also really good. Avengers Assemble was good in my opinion, or at least
I've
the
not
first
seen that
3
one yet.
seasons.
Yeah.
Once they switch animation styles is where it kind of lost me.
I've seen 90 Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, X-Men Evolution, and Guardians, the animated show.
Yeah, I mean, they're all really good, right?
Yeah. Well, some of them. Yeah.
Well,
I will get crucified, but I don't care for the Spider-Man ones.
I'm iffy on the Spider-Man
The only one I
ones.
really enjoy is Ultimate, actually.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I liked Sensational Spider-Man.
Spectacular.
Was that the one that came before or after Ultimate?
Spectacular came in 2008.
Okay, I'm not thinking about Spectacular then.
Oh, there was one more after?
No, it was Sensational, wasn't it?
Oh, I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, because it came out... Didn't it come out on Disney XD after Ultimate ended? I can't remember the exact title. I haven't seen it all the way through.
Yeah, I don't know.
So...
Yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt, obviously. I know that some of you guys
X-Men
are going to
97
scream
plus
at
Marvel,
us.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that it's the best animated Marvel one. And that includes the modern ones, the recent ones. Like, What If? I love the animation style for What If.
Yeah.
But this was way better.
Yes.
First of all, I don't think that we could have, swapped styles for the shows, because I don't think it would have worked either way.
No.
But I was personally a little worried after What If when they announced 97, especially upon seeing the first trailer. I was really worried that they were going to be going with that 2.5D animation style for all of it, the way that they did with What If.
Yeah.
And the fact that they didn't do that with this, like they utilized it a little bit the same way that like every other animated show now does.
Yeah.
They do it on the stuff that's harder to animate, just to save a little bit of time.
The animation was really a vibe. Like it was.
It was. Holy crap! The ability animations alone
Yes.
were amazing. I was blown away first episode, like seeing how they first of all just the overall utilization of Cyclops' abilities, which is one of the higher appraisals of '97. First of all, just the general use of them in the show has been amazing.
We got to see Cyclops do a superhero landing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when he was using his beams around that like first episode, like just sliding across the floor,
Yeah.
that was great in my
It
opinion.
was.
I love that. That's one thing that you won't see in. I'm a shill for the MCU. I'll say it. I'm proud of it.
There's stuff you can do in animation you cannot do in live action.
Well, I mean, you could do that in live action is the thing. They just won't.
It would take a lot more effort too.
Yeah,
A lot
it
more.
would. And I think that the MCU going forward either needs to start taking more time, which it sounds like they are, or they need to start cutting down on some shit. But that's a whole different topic.
Yes.
No, they would never do that in the MCU.
No.
So like we've gotten similar power scenes that we did in '97 in the MCU, where
Yeah.
it was just like a flagrant show of power.
Yeah.
We've gotten that, but just the overall usage was amazing. I liked how it was utilized. I liked how it was animated. I just that was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
But then you get to every other aspect of the show, and it's just crazy. Like first of all, everybody knew this was going to be a vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's all about the '90s, baby.
94.
98. I'm right there at the cusp. It's
Right off the edge of the black hole.
Oh, listen, a year closer, and I don't think I'd be able to call myself a millennial.
No.
Everything about this show was amazing.
I'm right
This is the level that I think that streaming animated TV shows that are similar. Like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna expect anything like this out of like. God, what's another? What's that big one right now?
Bluey.
No, not well. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it from Bluey, but
All of a sudden, Bluey has Cyclops' vision.
no, I meant like similar ratings. Because there are other shows, there are other animated shows that wouldn't fit with what they did with this.
Okay.
So it's hard to directly compare this against the rest of modern animation.
Right.
But I think in terms of execution on everything, it's kind of it really ups the ante.
Yes.
Like I was blown away. Like I'll watch animated shows and be blown away by the writing.
Yes.
Steven Universe is one. I refuse to ever rewatch Steven Universe because of how good the writing was.
The writing, even on someone like the '90s DC shows, puts all the movies to shame, MCU and DC.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. And the thing about animation is that we don't have enough people going towards animation to really reinvigorate it and to add more to it. Like to add in your love, because I feel like now it's people who grew up with animation. And this was definitely the case before because that's how time works. But I feel like it's especially the case now because now you have people that are mostly going towards fucking movies because you have people that are like, oh, well, cartoons are just a children's thing.
That's what I was
And
going to
they're
say. Outside
reinforcing
of
that
anime,
idea.
everybody has that mindset that animation is for children.
Yes. So everybody's starting. So people who have that same kind of mentality or have had that same kind of mentality drilled into their brain, where they seemingly forgot that you can still enjoy life after you become an adult. I'm sorry.
He won't listen to this, but shout out to my dad for sharing our episode.
Heck yeah.
He shared the. We're starting to put event pages on Facebook, not to get too far off track.
Yeah.
But he shared we're doing a live stream of James Bond movies
Oh heck yeah.
rankings.
Shout out to Papa Walker.
Yep. But yeah, X-Men 97 just... We can't say enough good things about it. Like,
No,
it's incredible.
I can't. I can literally just talk about the fact that it's good and just keep saying that, and I wouldn't tire. It was amazing. I really do think that it's one of the best animated superhero shows that we've ever gotten, period. But it's especially the best Marvel show that we've ever gotten.
Yeah. The writing is top-notch.
It really is.
They're setting up some interesting things, too, at the end.
Yes.
One of my favorite comic storylines, Days of Future Past.
Yes. Well, that was at least a nod. But yeah.
I think they're kind of setting up. I feel like next season's going to... Part of it's going to be the Apocalypse story. Part of it's going to be Days of Future Past. I think they're going to split in, like, 2 parts.
Well, I mean, they kind of have to with how far into the future they went.
Right.
But I think what they're going to do is... I think they're going to have the 3 storylines going on.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to have 2 primary, where we're going to have the ones with the team in the future and then one with the team in the past. But we're also going to have the ones in 1997.
With Bishop and Forge.
With Bishop and Forge, yeah. And I think that we're slowly going to... I think my issue is trying to predict which storyline's going to end, quote-unquote, first.
Yeah.
Because one storyline that a subplot that we had going on in the first season was the first 4 episodes where it was a love triangle between Rogue, Gambit, and Magneto. And that ended after 4 episodes, basically. Like, it carried over a little bit. But after that, it basically ended. End. Yeah. And I think that
I said it reached a point at end.
Hold on, viewers. Hold on. Let me just pull something up real fast. You keep talking. Don't worry about it. I just need to
detract a point there.
Yeah, let's go back down to 364.
It was worth it though.
I hope it was.
It was. Yeah. The look of disappointment on your face was worth it.
I'm sorry, viewers. I truly am. Especially if you're new. Or no, especially if you've been here for a while. You've been suffering for a minute. I'm sorry.
As Mr. Nobody Son Doom Patrol, welcome back to the crap show, everybody. But yeah, they really went for it on episode 5 with Gambit.
They did,
and it might be triggering to some people in a way. The theme of the episode was genocide. Like, if you get easily upset by things, like, word of warning.
Yeah, if you're of a certain mentality, especially if you're in a certain mentality due to experience of current ongoing turmoil as of May 2024, episode 4 may not be for you.
I think it's 5.
Yes, 4 and 5.
Yes.
May not be for you. So
proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. Yeah, there are some really deep tones in this in this season, because we had that, we had self-identity issues.
Yeah.
We had that. We had childhood issues.
Yeah.
What X-Man doesn't.
Right.
But still.
I won't dive into on this main one, but just going into like some of the deeper aspects. Like I said, Paul and I will do a video on it later. I think this is like the most religious content we've gotten in a superhero project in like years. Like, there's a lot of religious stuff to unpack in this.
Well, I mean, explicit mentions.
Yes.
Especially. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last thing was probably Black Lightning season 2. But it's, there's quite a bit mentioned.
Well, I mean, it figures as soon as Kurt shows up.
Right.
But
it gives me excitement for... Well, I was already excited because of the story anyway. But I'm really excited that I feel like they're not going to take that element away from Daredevil now. I was kind of worried like that element wouldn't be as present with new writers and stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, didn't they bring back a bunch of the original team for Daredevil though?
I don't think the writers, but all the original cast is back pretty much.
I thought there was a writer that came back.
I don't think so. I think the stunt coordinator came back.
That might be what I'm thinking of. Regardless, I personally wasn't too worried about it. I feel like a lot of people have bad faith in what Disney's going to put on screen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also think that there's a lot of people that complain about certain stuff that gets put on the screen. It's like they
can't
added
make up their
that, but
mind.
you don't think that they're going to add
Right. Yeah.
something that's important to a fucking character.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. But I digress.
Yeah.
No, one thing I was really surprised about was Morph.
Yeah.
Morph wasn't utilized very well in the original show.
No.
He was utilized. Don't get me wrong. He served a huge piece of the Sinister plot.
Yeah.
I
love that we got more Mr. Sinister.
I was not expecting so much Sinister in this season. I really wasn't. With the amount that we got in the original show, that blew me away.
I really hope we get Sinister and Omega Red in the MCU movies.
I don't see Omega Red happening, at least not before the reset that they're apparently planning. I don't see us getting Omega Red before then, but I could see Omega Red showing up at some other point. I think Mr. Sinister might have flown the coop. I don't quite see us. It had to be after the reset, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think that I'm wondering what. See, now you're making me wonder about what fucking villain they're going to put in the X-Men movie that they do before the reset.
Magneto.
I'm really wondering now. Shit. Whatever. I can't think about that right now. My brain's going to go off in
going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm already stumbling, man. I need to not. I need to not trip. Damn it! Now you got me thinking about that.
You're welcome.
No,
I'm just derailing this whole episode.
you are. I came in here ready to talk about '97.
The cameos.
The cameos were great. Which we didn't really get cameos up until episode 7.
Yeah, I believe 7 was Cap.
Yes, it was because that's when Rogue took off,
Yeah.
basically, and just went on her own. The amount of cameos that we got towards the end, which, again, if you watch the classic series, that happens all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Which, granted, it was a little trickier when they had to do it because they had to not mention certain characters in the script.
Yeah.
And then just throw them in the show. Ghost Rider was the 2nd or 3rd episode, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it was just like a vision, basically.
Okay.
He appears in Sabretooth's subconscious.
Okay. What season is that?
1st season.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really on, or it's really early on. It's
okay. Cool.
I mean, it's the second or 3rd episode.
Okay. We get some Daredevil content.
Yeah, I love the Daredevil content. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That was great. He looks really good in animation. Hint,
Yes.
hint, Disney. He looks really good.
Looked a lot better than the Spider-Man 96 or 94.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, this costume was sharp.
Oh my god. Well, did you catch the Cloak and Dagger one
Yeah.
too? That was good. That almost passed me by.
I need to watch that show still.
It's good. It's good. I didn't finish the 2nd season.
I'm gonna watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. first.
Watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., watch Cloak and Dagger, and then watch Runaways.
I still gotta watch The Gifted and Legion too.
You can watch this after. Well, okay, somebody's going to be mad at me for saying that because of Legion. But
I heard Legion's like one of the best shows.
yes, it is. It's great. I watched I didn't watch anything after the 1st season because I just fell off. I didn't pick it back up. But it's really good. Dan Stevens is fucking amazing. I love Dan Stevens. He's a reason why I knew him before Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Is the only reason why, or it's the only reason why I knew him before Beauty and the Beast.
I can't think of much else to mention. Like we've mentioned, like all the highlights.
Oh, there's plenty that I want to mention.
Okay, go for it.
Well,
I'll
like
just shut up.
I just wanted to talk about Morph a little bit.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I really want to talk about because it like I said, Morph is one of the higher praises of the show. Excuse me. He's one of the higher praises, or they're one of the higher praises of the show, because they weren't utilized very well in the original. But in this one, they have Morph becoming cameos, basically. But not only does he become a cameo, but he actually utilizes their powers, which wasn't really something that we saw in the original. And it just like it showed him off a lot better, and that translates to what I was saying earlier about Cyclops and his optic beams, where they were utilizing abilities a lot better in this one because they could. They weren't so limited by budget, but Morph in general was really good. Morph remained a central character to the entire season, which, again, Morph was kind of on and off the original. But then they continued this. There's a companionship between Morph and Wolverine in the original show.
Yes.
Where they get along the best, basically, out of every other person who isn't Jean Grey. But this one really continues it, and there is a little bit of speculation that I want to clear up, just in case you're not online, because a lot of people are taking it not the way that it was intended. Morph loves Wolverine.
Yes.
Morph turning into Jean Grey at the end and being like, "I love you, Logan."
That is more.
That's Morph saying, "I love you."
Yes.
Not as a friend, not as Jean Grey, as Morph. It was just Morph who looked like Jean Grey. In case you want to say that I'm wrong, the person who wrote it, the gay man who wrote it, said that's the case. So let's settle that right now. Which is something that I personally like.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who's pro LGBTQIA plus. I just am. So and we normally don't get it handled super well on screen, especially when it comes from Disney. But they handled Morph really well first and foremost. Because in case you didn't notice, throughout the season they referred to Morph as they, which was cool in general. But referring to Morph as they like the entire season, and hopefully the next season, which I wouldn't see why, since DeMeo was still on for season 2. But I really hope that they continue that, and honestly, I hope that this shows that you can do that with other shows as well and other movies, because that's part of life. We should be seeing that. My opinion. I think they handled that really well. I think that they handled Morph's identity really well. I think that they handled just all the characters really well. One common complaint that I saw was that they weren't utilizing Wolverine a whole lot. But when you go back to the original show, a lot of episodes are about Wolverine.
So it's giving everybody else a chance to shine.
Yes, it's giving everybody else a chance. Which we don't have like 27 episodes in a season now.
Right.
I think before they could have done it. Like, they needed some filler episodes. There's no filler episodes in this.
No.
There's a lot in the original one.
Yeah.
Hell, one of the very first Wolverine arc of the original show, you could just skip. You could. It really does not impact a whole lot. I'm just saying. It's brought up, yes, but it doesn't impact a whole lot. You don't get that with this.
Right.
If they would have made specific Wolverine episodes, we wouldn't have gotten the Storm episodes.
Right.
We wouldn't have gotten the Xavier episodes. We wouldn't have gotten the moments with Jubilee. Like, I think that what they did with this is exactly how they need to continue with the show.
Yeah.
And I get why people wouldn't agree with that, but it worked really well. I liked it. Like I said, this is the best Marvel animated show we've ever gotten. I don't care about nostalgia. I'm not saying this because of nostalgia.
Right.
It's the best animated, it's the best written, it's the best orchestrated. Everything about it is the best. Now, if What If Season 3 knocks me on my ass, I'll give it to What If.
Or Marvel Zombies.
Or Marvel Zombies, yeah. I'm also excited about the Spider-Man show that's coming out.
Yeah.
It's all really good. No, I really like 97. I cannot wait for Season 2.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to get it. They haven't announced anything. If I were to make a guess, it would probably be sometime in like November.
Yeah, if we get it
maybe.
this year.
Yeah, I mean, if they're currently in the editing process, it's got to be either August or November, because I don't see a September or October release.
I'm guessing November or December.
Yeah, I just sometime at the end of the year.
Because Daredevil has been confirmed for March.
Yeah. Oh my god, this show was so good.
Yeah, we can't praise it enough.
I was flatlined by it.
You have any other thoughts, or is that it? It's a great show.
It's just a great show. No, I'll say there were some people that got butthurt from the initial appearance of Captain America, the way that they portrayed Captain America.
Yeah.
Personally, the way that animated universe is, I'm fine with it.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, because not everybody's exactly how they're supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely have strong resemblances, especially now that we have 97.
Right.
Yes, we do have that, but characters were set up a certain way.
Yes.
Like all those animated shows were all tied in together. Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, X-Men. They were all set up a certain way. They have to follow the way that those characters were built until they can improve upon those characters.
Yeah.
Because they are doing that with certain characters. They're doing that with Magneto. They're doing that with Rogue. They did that with they did that with Cyclops, because it was a lot of Cyclops' story this season. Which you could say that it was Cyclops and Jean Grey, and I definitely agree, because it was one of the core things was the three of them and their son, or the two of them and their son.
Yeah.
One of the main storylines of this thing was Cyclops.
Yep.
How he's navigating everything, and honestly, I love it. There's other things that I do want to talk about, but I'm not going to. Not because of time or anything, because I would love to spend more time talking about 97. But because here at the Cinema of the Silent Podcast, we don't talk about politics.
Right.
And there's some, to be non-specific, there's some mirrored realities going on that have been going on since X-Men was created. And it was really apparent here, and a lot of people got upset about it.
Yeah.
That is something that I would like to talk about that I won't hear.
You could always do a separate video.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Because I don't
I feel like politics is like the easiest thing to get offended over.
Yes. I'll talk about humanity stuff. I will talk about stuff related to what I was talking about earlier, like with Morph.
Yeah.
Everything that they really included with their character.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that is one thing, because that's human rights.
Right.
I'm not going to talk politics, so I can't
That's
talk about
the
Brotherhood of Humans.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that.
That's too far of a rabbit hole to go down.
It really is. That's a very dangerous line to walk in general.
Yes.
But no.
Moving on from that.
Yeah, moving on from that. No, everything about this show was great.
Yes.
I loved it. I will say it was kind of nice seeing some people get mad about it, because it only reinforced the fact that I knew the show was going to be good.
And if you're listening to us and you haven't watched it, why are you here?
Right. Yes, go watch the show. Holy crap. 10 episodes. They're all out. They're all about half an hour. As long as you're able to sit down for 3 episodes at a time, because that's very needed the last 3 episodes of this season, you're okay. You really don't need to sit down for all 10 episodes the way that somebody did.
And if you want to, it's probably about 6 hours and 15 minutes.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, because some of them are like 37, whatever.
Yeah. It's a little unbalanced.
Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, why are you on YouTube? Get off and go on Disney Plus and watch it.
Yes, please do. Holy crap, you don't even have to come back. Just go watch it. Do yourself a favor. It's amazing. I told Matthew, I told John literally right before we sat down to do this review. Which, just so you guys know, I'm the reason why Matthew's here right now.
I think I'm here because this is my house.
Yeah, but I mean right here, right now.
Oh, good point.
I had to tell both John and Matthew that they didn't have to watch the original series to appreciate 97. Which again, if you haven't seen this, go watch it. But if you haven't seen it and you're curious about what you might need to know, there's really nothing you need to know. There really isn't. The only thing that you need to know is that Morph got messed up by Sinister, so he has some so they have some trauma about that.
And Professor X died.
And Professor X died, and the Master Mold program happened.
Yes.
Those are the only three things that you need to know. You don't need to know about anything else. Anything else that they talk about from the previous 5 seasons?
Yeah, 5.
Anything that they talk about from the previous 5 seasons
is non-essential.
Is non-essential. It's literally just a quick little reference. Yep. That's it. That's all.
It's like watching Suicide Squad 1 and 2.
Yes. It was. They handled it amazingly, in my opinion. I think that this is a great jump-off point for new fans.
Yeah. We're gonna see a lot more Marvel animation going forward.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was the rumor that they were going to go forward with the Spider-Man one.
Yeah. And there's already the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And we got Eyes of Wakanda, which is about the war dogs.
I'm trying to get excited about that, but I'm gonna have to see more about it.
Yeah.
I need to see some concept art before
We got What If Season 3 and Zombies.
Yeah. I'm really excited about those, although I'm really bummed out about the shorter season runtime for Zombies.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. But no, I think that Marvel's starting to really enter its age of amazing animation. And it's one of the things that I appreciate about the fact that they went to streaming. Yeah. I don't think that if they would have done Disney Plus, we would have ever gotten this.
I have one last comment. I just think, in general, Marvel's getting back to where they were 2014-ish, 2015. Like, they're really hitting that level again. Because for the last few years, they've kind of been fumbling around a little bit. Not like...
Yeah. The pandemic threw everything off. And it hit every single company.
Yeah. Yeah, about when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Because Endgame was 19.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just... Everything after Endgame was kind of... Like, there's been good movies.
Yes, they're absolutely... Shang-Chi was fucking amazing.
No Way
Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Guardians 3. But there's been just as many fumbles as there has been.
Yeah, Quantumania wasn't super well received. The Marvels flopped in the box office.
Love and Thunder.
There was Love and Thunder.
But yeah, you got any more thoughts, or should we end it right now?
The last thing that I don't know the name of the device, but we were all seeing what you were doing with Magneto those last handful of episodes when he was captured by Bastion. We see what you were doing. I liked it. That is all.
Well, thank you for joining us on this exceptional X-Men episode.
Okay, I might have to add one back for that one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. We thank you for joining us. If you like superhero reviews, we have My Adventures with Superman, which is a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah.
Adult Swim. That'll be coming up in 8 weeks or so.
Yes. Well, we're in case this is the first time that you've joined us, we do full season reviews.
Yeah.
Starting this year, we have.
Yes. And we've also, later this year, we have superhero movies, but we also have, in terms of TV shows, we have The Penguin.
Yes.
We have Creature Commandos.
I really can't wait for that.
Yeah, me neither. We have, I think, Agatha All Along.
Yes.
And,
I'm not going to talk about Agatha right now.
There was one more, and I forgot what it was now.
My brain's fried from the heat, so
the final season of Superman Lois.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you enjoy our superhero reviews, look forward to more. We thank you for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Make sure to share us. If you check out our main podcast, please make sure to rate us wherever you listen.
Give us feedback.
Yeah, give us feedback. Make sure to follow us on social medias. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're gonna try to get a TikTok. We're gonna start starting pages on other platforms soon. You can find us at the Cinema Asylum Podcast if you just look it up, basically anywhere.
Yeah, I believe at Twitter it's at Cinema Asylum.
Yes.
And then on Facebook it's the Cinema Asylum Podcast.
Yeah. I forget what our @ for Instagram is.
We don't even use really Instagram anymore. John runs that.
Yeah, John. The heck.
But yeah.
No comment.
We thank you for joining us, like we said, and we hope you have a great week.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Or,
see you next week.
Yeah, with more episodes. See you later tonight. I don't know. We'll see which episode goes up first. Good night.
Good night.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome.